today. Last but not least, we will show you the movie Quickie Express, the story of a prostitute in Indonesia that's seeking for love, but that love just didn't become outright as he thought. How can he deal with this? Let's see.
Tiap orang ditakdirkan untuk satu pekerjaan yang sempurna. Beberapa dari kita menghabiskan waktu seumur hidup untuk mencari pekerjaan itu. Beberapa memang menemukannya, tapi mungkin bukan seperti yang mereka bayangkan.
Gigolo!
Quickie Express is a sexually packed comedy movie starring Tora Sudiro as Jojo, a guy who got no settled job in Jakarta. He ends up becoming a gigolo in an escort company. In this company, he meets Marley and Picor. They are also new in this business. They do their job by disguise as pizza delivery man. It seems like an easy money and easy life for Jojo, till he falls in love with a medical student girl.
Aku lagi jatuh cinta.
Tapi pekerjaan yang sempurna pun pasti ada resikonya.
As you see, that the film is from Indonesia, which is the largest Muslim populated countries in the world, and we have some kind of we have some kind of understanding of Muslim in some very narrow way. So, and when we think of Muslim film, we might have a picture of veiled woman and some very restricted social control or something. But in Indonesia, is diversify the ways of we looking at Muslim. The film is interesting because it helps us to gain a wide knowledge and more broader pictures of Muslim country, and also it helps us to gain more understanding of the fluidity of sexuality in this Southeast Asian region.
Quickie Express presents itself as an extremely accomplished sexy that has great remake potential. It is not just another comedy film, but it is telling a story of revolutionary and change in Indonesia, with a topic like demand and supply of buyers and sellers in prostitution area in the country, including more space provided for being different from each other, which is slowly accepted there. In the same way of freedom in political area in the country after dictatorial system by Suharto has collapsed in 1998.
Bos saya bilang, yang pesen itu tante.
Actually, the film is not like a realistic depictions of gigolo in Indonesia, and in this film, it's not wasn't made in the tradition of realism that might convince the Westerner audience. The film is more like the comedy in Thai films, because it doesn't try to reflect the society like Miller reflect the reality, but it's more like to invent something new. Because in this film, the gigolo they don't have like the portrayal of them is not realistic, and they more aim to be more comedic. And as you can see, if you depict men in sex industry more realistically, it may threaten the male audience, because to see themselves as sexual object might threaten the audience. So to alleviate the anxiety of the male audience, the films might have to be more comedy. And it is very interesting that when comparing to female prostitute films, we are more accustomed to female prostitute films that deal with the sad life of female prostitute. But with male prostitute, it's going to be like happy, funny, and comedy. Maybe it's because we might love to see melodrama life of the female sex worker as is conformed to our old way of understanding prostitute. But with male prostitute, we couldn't deal with the sad part of it. So we more happy with seeing them as something funny.
This film presents another perspective of the society when man can be a sexual object. Coming after a problem of being a big city life, people tend to find more satisfaction of sexual activities out of home. Talking about Jakarta life, it is the busiest capital city in Southeast Asia. It has more than 14 million citizens, which even more than a total citizen of some country in the region as well. And the social issue is becoming a major problem in Indonesia, apart from religions. And it becomes more like small single family. That's why people seek happiness and funniness out of home.
It will be easier to be accepted by the audience and by the authority in the society. As you can see, for example, in Thailand, monk or Buddhism is very sensitive subject, and if the filmmaker portray monk in some negative aspect, they will be get socially punished by people or by some authority, as you can see with the films like Syndrome of the Century by Apichat Phongratsekul, which portray monks playing guitar. But on the other hand, we have some like monk film like Luang Piteng, which also like make a parody of monks, but it's a comedy. So people not only don't take comedy seriously, even though it's portrayed a bad image of monk, but okay, it's comedy, it's not serious, it's not realistic. But if it's drama, in drama genre, people will get more annoyed or frustrated to seeing monk in negative or not respectable way. Yeah. So in this film, maybe to portray the male gigolo in comedy manner might be the best way or easiest way to be accepted by the audience and to be commercially successful. Yeah.
Rentetan tugas sudah ada depan kami.
This film is really accepted and appreciated by Indonesian teenagers as well as open perspective audience, which most of them admit they enjoy the film and the way they secretly make fun of several issues in a decent way. And more than 70% of Indonesian teenagers know about or even watched this movie before. And this is a strong confirmation that it's really worth watching.
Thai audience should be more open toward films from our neighbor country, as we can learn a lot from them, and we can learn the similarity apart from, because we normally feel that we are so different from each other and can share the same worldview or something, but actually I think in every country in this region share more similarity than differences. So I think it's better to appreciate and to be more open to films. Yeah.
The man has been through a lot in the process of seeking his true love, and this story can really show us the new perspective about Indonesia, apart from the old culture and traditional that we have seen. There is a small part of freedom changing in that as well. Thanks for following us out of ASEAN today, and don't miss us every Friday, 7 p.m. Bye-bye.